Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to start this week's Fan Fridays, and it looks like Smokey is going to try to use the Bellossom and find success that I have not yet found, and this is actually shaping up to be an interesting battle. So what happens when we take the hype, the pain, known as Pachirisu, put it next to Bellossom, get Bellossom set up, and then follow it up with a with a Garchomp Charizard. I'm guessing Charizard Y. Charizard Y bringing Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll definitely a viable strat when we are talking about the Bellossom. So this team is kind of all over the place, but is Bellossom the sweeper? Is that the end game right there where we just turn around and win? And how's Pachirisu going to contribute right now? So Tapu Koko, Tyranitar. Actually, if there's a lot of Tapu Koko running around, Pachirisu probably a very good and very safe Pokemon, because you got Follow Me, Volt Absorb. That is going to scare anything that is trying to use electric right there. And then Tyranitar, so we have the opponent going for something interesting. It's got like sand and electric on the field. Tapu Lele is coming in now. So going to kind of switch it all around. Psychic Surge instead of the electric terrain. I wonder if there's also supposed to be a bait there, like, oh, just in case weird priority things might happen, you go into Tapu Lele and you neutralize it just like that. So Tapu Koko actually U-turning out as well. Pachirisu, the Follow Me. So yeah, the opponent just giving Bellossom a free turn right there. That could get bad really quick. Now this is where things start to get awkward and interesting for the Bellossom as well. Like, depending on how much speed investment it has, it could either be really tanky or it can actually start outspeeding things really well. I think like that's just like one of the worst things about the Bellossom is like its speed didn't have to be 50. Could have made it like 75 and it would have been like you could do more tanky things. You could mix it up a bit, but nah, you have to pretty much go like max hit points, max speed, maybe thread in a little bit of defenses if you can. That's kind of it. So the Psychic on the Pachirisu. You know, Pachirisu, ooh, I would say it's tanking those hits, but the Psychic, even tank Pachirisu, going to have a hard time against that Tapu Lele. And then the Strength Sap on Tyranitar will really reduce a lot of its threat. Full health before the opponent gets to make a move. And going for the Z move. Alright, so raw power right there. And now, that's going to be something. So, full Z-Force move into the Black Hole Eclipse. So, Crunch? Z-Crunch for that just like coverage, damage, fun stuff just like that. But Bellossom, you know, it has the, wow, that actually did a lot of damage, but Citrus Berry going to patch that up. Tyranitar looking a little bad at that -1 now, and then we still have to worry about Tapu Lele, but we have speed, and then Charizard's going to come in to really bring that together even more. So, like, okay, Charizard Y. It can bring the sun, which is going to get rid of the sand, which is going to be nice since Tyranitar then loses that special defense bonus. Charizard could like Solar Beam Tyranitar if it wants to. It could start trying to threaten the Tapu Lele because Tapu Lele is kind of scary. Bellossom will use that Protect. Psychic going to be absorbed right there, and then Tailwind. What is going on? You know, it's like, do we have the Chlorophyll? Actually, never mind. Let's say like the Tailwind. That's more for the Charizard. No, I don't really know what Charizard. Like, wow, and then Charizard gets lucky on that Rock Slide. I don't know about that Tailwind. Because you're already outspeeding everything, I feel. And then Bellossom comes in with that Giga Drain. So, +1 Giga Drain on the Tapu Lele. Respectable amount of damage because of the crit. I wasn't expecting that much. So, I think you need to set up a little harder to overwhelm the Tapu Lele. But then the Heat Wave, that Sun plus Heat Wave, is going to be a massive amount of damage on Tapu Lele. And Tapu Lele will go down. So, now Tapu Koko comes in. I guess that's what the Tailwind is for. You know, you get that Tailwind in. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. That was kind of risky, though, because, like, oh, you have Tyranitar. Tyranitar Rock Slides. Charizard just dies immediately. Or you could have protected anyways. Yeah, because Tailwind would have given Charizard the outspeed on Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko is going to protect. This battle is kind of becoming a little weird, but then we get a Quiver Dance on the Bellossom. So now Bellossom should have the raw outspeed onto Tapu Koko without the Tailwind or anything like that. Tyranitar is going to come in and use that Rock Slide. Charizard's going to protect it. Rock Slide. That's going to do nothing to the Bellossom. So Bellossom's still looking pretty good. The +2 on Tapu Koko should be scary. Charizard's switching out right there. So yeah, now I don't know what the Tailwind is for. If it's not to match up with the Tapu Koko. But Giga Drain onto Tapu Koko. +2. Not going to be enough to find the KO. But Bellossom now looking really healthy. Tapu Koko will use the U-turn, so trying to get super effective damage on the Blossom actually hits pretty well. Life Orb on Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko's one anything away from death. Landorus coming in. Garchomp, it's in. So, I mean, Garchomp might find something to do. Intimidate's going to lower the Garchomp's attack. Tyranitar has the Rock Slide. Rock Slide onto Bellossom. A little bit right there. And then Garchomp doesn't really care too much. Tailwind's going to peer out. So, yeah, not getting anything out of that Tailwind. So why I feel it was an interesting choice. Giga Drain on Tyranitar would be a good way of getting a lot of health back. But Bellossom will Strength Sap the new Pokemon coming in, because that's what I'd want to do. I'd want to make Landorus feel bad and then make him even feel worse, because Bellossom back up to full health just like that. And Garchomp going to use this to Swords Dance because Tyranitar isn't a threat. You're reducing the power on the Landorus, so that's not too bad. You need the Swords Dance as well to get over that Intimidate. Now the U-turn, not really doing much. I mean, with the Tapu Koko, if it wants to keep spamming U-turn, you might as well Strength Sap it as well. Actually, that's going to be really good because Strength Sap it back up to full health. The U-turn does less from Tapu Koko, or whatever it does, because, like, Discharge isn't going to do anything. Might just hurt the Tyranitar as well. But Bellossom will Giga Drain the Tyranitar instead. And now Tyranitar looking really, really weak. Bellossom back at full health. And what is Tapu Koko? Dazzling Gleam. But Tyranitar protects. Or not Tyranitar, Garchomp protects. Bellossom takes the hit, and then Tapu Koko, that's going to be that. Tyranitar uses Rock Slide, that gets protected. So the damage onto the Bellossom from that Rock Slide, still not really that threatening. Bellossom tanking 2 hits, still above half. So that's like one of the crazy things about the Bellossom, that if you get that Strength Sap rolling, it starts tanking really well. And then if you have another Pokemon distracting, it's either finding KOs, it's setting up, it's being a threat or something. That was Bellossom. Just took 2 hits, so it could survive 1 in a singles really well, or it can even set up into surviving 2 in the doubles. And now Strength Sap on the Landorus. Doesn't matter if the Intimidate keeps coming through because Garchomp has the Swords Dance to kind of counter that. And now the opponent can't switch out, so they are stuck with these minus stats. Landorus going to U-turn, because I guess that's what it has against Bellossom for damage. Can't really Earthquake. The Rock Slide can't really flinch Bellossom because Bellossom's too fast now. And Bellossom's just going to keep Strength Sapping because you might as well leave it to where the Landorus has 0 damage and can't do anything. Tyranitar can kind of die at any point. Garchomp going to keep setting up those Swords Dance. I mean, Garchomp, it can go for a Rock Slide. That's going to be massive right there. Landorus coming in with that Rock Slide. Nothing onto either of those Pokemon. Kind of what we expect. Tyranitar with the Rock Slide. Bellossom's going to avoid. Garchomp doesn't take anything. Yeah. That's kind of how it is. That's kind of how it is. So Bellossom going to protect. I guess protect for that Earthquake. Why? Why would Garchomp use the Earthquake? Because we have, like, Landorus, you know. You just gotta... But Landorus isn't a threat. So I guess anything take down Tyranitar. So, protect, Earthquake, Swords Dance, question mark on that Garchomp. U-turn will be protected from the Landorus. So, I mean, if anything, just kind of like showing, yep, can't do anything. I hope you understand and fully know that you can't do anything. It's going to be Giga Drain on to the Landorus. Bellossom doesn't really matter too much. And then Garchomp has the Fire Fang. So, interesting little bit of coverage just in case we see some weird stuff. And it's going to be enough to take down the Landorus now that Garchomp has set up so much. Let's go into another battle. Alright, so let's see how the battle goes this time. It looks like it's against a rain composition. I don't know what the Marowak's doing in there because I don't see any Trick Room. So, looks like just kind of like following up with a big damage threat next to Tapu Koko. But that means if you Strength Sap it, still going to suck for the Bellossom, but we're going to see where this battle ends up going. Like, Pachirisu Bellossom, that's still pretty cool. And one thing that's kind of, like, sad about the Pachirisu is that it kind of shows the amount of power creep that we had in the 7th generation. You know, just Tapu Lele being way too strong when this Pachirisu was surviving some of the craziest stuff we've ever seen. Also, Z-moves, you know, overwhelming power when you're trying to set up or try to do some weird stuff, like with Pachirisu. But now we are going to see the rain into the Marowak with the Mega Swampert next to it. Okay. I've seen a lot of things in Pokemon, but now I might have seen it all. I don't know what the opponent's going for, but things might get a little weird. Pachirisu going to go into that Follow Me. Does the Follow Me work? It's either Ice Punch or Earthquake from the Swampert. If not, it's a Rock Slide. So, Follow Me, not going to be able to protect from those multi-hitting moves like that. Yeah, you can't Earthquake because then you're destroying your own Marowak, so I guess that's okay. And you're just going to Quiver Dance on that first turn with the Blossom. Try to get something for the speed. Now, Swampert's going to be really fast with that Swift Swim. Swampert will protect this turn. Oh, what does that mean for the Marowak then? Pachirisu's going to Follow Me, so at least we don't... But can't use the Flare Blitz, so I don't think the Blossom really has to worry. Blossom's going to Giga Drain. Yeah, that's a good protect for the opponent. And then the Bone Meringue, probably targeting Pachirisu anyways. Big super effective hit, and Pachirisu will go down. Now I'm wondering if it's Confusion Berry Pachirisu, because Pachirisu was known as the hype back in the 6th generation with that Citrus Berry. Now just gets 25% stronger with the Confusion Berry, but Confusion Berry not proccing in the face of that super effective hit right there. So Pachirisu does go down, and Bellossom getting Protect on that turn does set it back quite a bit. And now Charizard going to be pretty brutal as well. So Charizard coming in for that Protect. Marowak will protect as well. So everyone just kind of playing it safe. The battlers are staring each other down as Blossom goes for Strength Sap. That's going to be protected as well. So not the best of battles right now. Blossom could theoretically be at a +2 or a +3. Doesn't get that. Garchomp coming in though. And Garchomp, even though it looks bad for everything else going on, it's actually in a pretty solid position. And the Tapu Koko with the Calm Mind. You don't see that too often, but I mean, if it can get that stuff, that is devastating right there. Strength Sap onto the Marowak, going to make it pretty weak. But now Blossom has to compete with that Calm Mind at the same time. That could get bad. Marowak with the Flare Blitz, but you can't Flare Blitz in the rain. I mean, you can. It's just not going to go too well. That's at -1 with the rain. That Marowak has insane amounts of damage. He went for it. Unfortunately, that is going to be a burn onto the Blossom, so Blossom does have to deal with that. Citrus Berry will heal it up just a little. And then Blossom's going to protect. So maybe protect, turning it around, giving that Garchomp an Earthquake opportunity, but Marowak will protect. And yeah, like the Calm Mind on Tapu Koko, it's going to be scary with a Dazzling Gleam, but Garchomp should be able to survive that. Alright, so Garchomp does get the survival, and then that's going to be the Earthquake onto the Tapu Koko. So the setup Tapu Koko isn't going to like be too devastating in this case. And Marowak just gets outsped and dies in a lot of situations as well. So right now the scariest thing would be the Marsh Stomp if the rain didn't stomp. So I was about to say, like, are we dealing with a Damp Rock, or are we dealing with something else on the Pelipper? Because now, you know, Swampert doesn't have that Swift Swim. It can get outsped into Giga Drain. Garchomp, it can just go for that Earthquake if it needed to. But no, we're not going to see that. We're going to see the switch into Charizard. I guess you might as well... Okay, that's something they can do as well. But then, like, that Pelipper switch, that's leaving it... Like, then what happens? You Giga Drain, the Swampert dies, Garchomp... You know, I don't think Garchomp's going to threaten the Blossom after that Earthquake too much. So, Swampert coming in on the Protect. And then Blossom's going to Strength Sap, and that's going to hit the Pelipper. But the Charizard play was pretty good because then it's like, oh, now you can just Mega Charizard whenever you need to, and it's going to be fine. So Charizard Y, going to do its thing. And then, yeah, Drought. So the Drought is going to disrupt that Swampert pretty heavily. Can't use the Earthquake. Those Water-type moves will be reduced in the sun. Loses that Swift Swim for the following turns as well. So it's going to get pretty bad. Swampert then has the Waterfall. So Waterfall onto the Charizard, solid hit, but the Sun reducing it enough for the survival, and then the Giga Drain onto the Swampert will be enough to KO. So that was pretty much like the plan at some point. You have the Charizard Y, you're going to pop the Sun on a Mega, that's going to reduce the Pelipper since Pelipper's is instant, and then GG, no re. Tailwind set up for the Charizard? I guess. Even though you're dealing with the Marowak, so that's not really too much of a problem. So the Marowak comes in, and now, yeah, you just Strength Sap it. It's still scary and a lot of damage, but the opponent will forfeit, because there's also a lot of things that are in the way. You know, Charizard, it has damage, it has the setup. You know, you can just hurt things. Bellossom, I think it would still go down because it was the rain at a -1. So Bellossom was still weak to the Flare Blitz. And then that was kind of it. So there we go, guys. Showing off some of the Bellossom in doubles. I like the Pachirisu. Unfortunately, Pachirisu just getting nuked out way too much to be that reliable follow me support that we're used to seeing. Bellossom, yeah, once it gets it up, it just makes it to where things happen. You know, Garchomp stops taking damage. Bellossom starts throwing down a lot of damage. The Charizard, it worked as well. We didn't see Charizard just like come in and be like massive damage, by the way, but it was still all right and pretty good way of starting off Fan Friday. So I hope you guys enjoy the battles. I'll see you in the next one.